break away. So if her body language signals like she's going to jump off, you say, If she does, I'm just going to pick her up, put her back on there, and start over with the place. You're going to notice I'm going to go up, I'm going to praise her throughout holding this command, but I'm not going to give her treats while she's holding in. Place. And I'm not going to praise her when I put her back on there. The reason for that is, if I sit there praising her when I put her back on there, then she's going to think she'd be rewarded for the premature breaking away. Yes. Good girl. Use those positive marker words from a distance is fine. Just like handing her a treat. I'm just reassuring her she's doing exactly what I want her to. As I was saying, the place command means I just want her to go to a designated spot in the manor or in your home. You could use a front bed, dog bed, or a blanket, anything you want to use. And you send her to this designated spot because you want her to just be content there. She can sit, lay down, walk around in the front bed. She just can't physically step off until given a release. Get her right back on there. Place. So the reason I pick her up and put her back on there, instead of luring her back on or trying to persuade her to do it naturally, is because I have about 10 seconds to get her back on there. So I want to pick her up, get her right back on there, tell her place, and start over with that command. Of course, she has plenty of room for growth with this. We've just started working on it this week. And we want to build up time because we want to be able to have her hold place for quite some time. Of course, this is going to take practice when she comes home to continue strengthening this in your home and having it build up more time. But she will definitely have a solid basic place of about 10 minutes prior to leaving, at least, if not longer. So that kind of a puppy basis on how long we can hold it. As you see, she's doing really well, and we'll get some more distance. We have other dogs in the room, so it's great to work in distracting environments. If we work in distracting environments now, when we start working on things, it makes working in a distracting environment down the road much easier on Casey. So I'm going to have her hold this for a moment longer. I'm going to get some more distance. I'm going to turn my back to her. Sometimes puppies see that body language change, that eye contact break between her and I, and she might think, maybe I can get away with breaking away prematurely. If she did, so like I said, turn around, pick her up, put her right back onto that front of bed and start over with the place command. Place is not as structured as a sit there downstairs. This command, like I said, she can walk around on the front of bed, she can sit on the front of bed, and down the road when she's much more mature with this command and stronger with it, she'll be able to have a long-term treat or create safe toy while she's on there because we want her to keep occupied. We don't want her to be completely bored. But right now, especially while we're just learning this, we want her to just be focused on holding the command itself. Woo! I'm going to make obnoxious noises. You hear me tap on the table, take the treat back, make distractions because I want her to mess up now so she understands down the road that she's going to get put back onto that no matter what, and she can't break away until she hears that release word, which I'll show you in just a moment. Yes. So as you saw right there, yes. Good girl. Her body language signaled to me like, I'm going to step off. And I said, nice sharp noise. And it tells her, nope, I don't appreciate that behavior. And then, yes, good girl. And a nice extended tone of voice when she settled back down and didn't break away. I'll even go up and praise her. Yes, good girl. Because we want to keep this positive and rewarding. I just don't want to give her treats, or else she might lose focus on what it is we're doing. Yes, good girl. Place. Yes, good girl. Not going to acknowledge anybody. And I won't give her the release while she's broken away. No acknowledgement. Not even tell her because then she knows I hear her. So what I want to do in those moments, like I said, she's not going to acknowledge it, not going to say anything to her, not going to walk up and acknowledge and console her or anything like that. I don't want to feed into that. If I sit here trying to like argue with her and say, enough, anything like that, I'm definitely going to feed into it because she knows I hear her. also I'm going to walk back up to her to give her the release here in a moment. The reason for that is if I give the release from a distance, she's going to have anticipation built up next time we do this command, and I don't want that anticipation to build. I want it to be that she doesn't know if I'm going to walk up and praise her or if I'm going to walk up and give her the release word. Therefore, she has to have handler focus and her listening ears on. Especially because down the road, I want to be able to step out of the room or outside while she's holding this command. And if she has that anticipation built up, she might think when I leave the room down the road that, maybe I can get away. Maybe she's going to get a release from a distance. No, you haven't gotten the release unless I walked up to you and give it to you next to you. Good release. Okay. Okay, yes. Good job, Dr. Gertrude. Good job. Good job. We're going to do this again. Casey, please. Yes. Good girl. Body language signal, like, maybe I'm going to step off, maybe I can get away with that. And like I said, I have about 10 seconds to get her back on there. So if she does that, the is to the jumping, not to the noise. Place. Good girl. Pick her right up. Place. No praise. No treats. Nothing like that. Not even going to get as much distance. Like I said, I have about 10 seconds to get her back on there, so just picking her up, putting her back on there, and starting over with that place command. If more than 10 seconds go by, typically, especially with a young dog, it's not just Casey here, it's more so the fact of any dog, you can't generalize time or information such as time. So that's why I want to get her back on there as quick as possible, otherwise it's just going to go over her head what it is we just worked on. Turn my back to her. Good girl. Can you walk up close? Sometimes that can be a little even. An indicator, maybe she didn't come up and give me the release word. And therefore, like I said, we don't want that anticipation to build. She has that handler focus to hear the release word. It's nap time, hence why they're in the kennels. And this sometimes is like, oh, well, I'm on attention too. And that can promote a young puppy to break away prematurely. And we don't want that. I'm also going to make some noises with a pounding back here. Take some stuff. Like I said, I want to set her up for right now to mess up. So this way I can correct it so down the road she realizes no matter what she does, no matter the distraction or the noise or something that's intriguing, I can't break away until I get given that release word. This command is a really great command to use down the road when she's home, while you do the dishes, anything like that you're kind of like, okay, well, I'm busy. Some people utilize this when they're in an office setting at home if they're working from home, just to have her hold the place command. And sometimes it's just nice to be able to send her to a spot to be content that's not the kennel. And just have it where she's kind of working on something. So in a moment here, I'm going to give her the release. And of course, even after doing a command like this, I still want to end on a strong point, which is her sit. And make sure that we always end with a praise session of her having like lots of love and realizing, you know, at the end of every training session, I get a lot of praise and I get a lot of love and affection. So I'm going to walk up to her. I'm going to pet her. She doesn't know if I'm just going to pet her. Good place. Or if I'm going to get that release. Good place. Good girl. Okay. Good girl. Good sit. Good girl. Good job. And that's what she's working on this week. So Casey's had a really, really great week. She's been out and about. We went to Syracuse and a bunch of other places, such as local schools, and she's done great. She even had her first experience with swimming, and let me just say she's had so much fun with all of our outings, and she behaved very well on all of those as well. So, very, very good girl. Yes, good job. Good job. Yes, good job.